Generational trauma, also called intergenerational trauma, is emotional pain and psychological patterns passed down through families over time. It's not always tied to events you personally experienced. Instead, it stems from the unresolved traumas of your ancestors: war, abuse, racism, poverty, emotional neglect, addiction, and more. Though invisible, this trauma often shapes how we think, feel, parent, and relate to others. Breaking the cycle isn't just personal, it's transformational. It allows you to stop repeating inherited patterns and start building a healthier, more emotionally secure life for yourself and future generations. What is generational trauma? Generational trauma is inherited emotional pain. You may feel anxiety, mistrust, emotional numbness, or low self-worth, and not fully understand where it comes from. That's because trauma doesn't just live in memories. It lives in behaviors, attachment styles, belief systems, and sometimes even in our biology. You might notice that the same unhealthy patterns show up in your family over and over again: addiction, silence around emotions, abuse, neglect, codependency, or mental health struggles. These cycles don't break on their own. They continue until someone becomes conscious of them and makes the brave decision to heal. How trauma is passed down. Trauma passes through multiple channels. Behavioral modeling. Children absorb how their parent handles stress, relationships, and emotions. Emotional patterns. Trauma often disrupts secure attachment, leading to emotional distance, control, or overprotection. Beliefs and narratives. Families repeat stories and beliefs like, life is always a struggle, or don't talk about your problems. Epigenetics. Scientific research shows that trauma can alter gene expression, influencing emotional regulation across generations. Even if a child grows up in a relatively safe environment, they can still inherit the emotional aftermath of trauma their caregivers never processed. Signs of generational trauma. You might be affected by generational trauma if you experience constant anxiety or feeling unsafe even in calm situations, a deep sense of guilt or shame, difficulty trusting others or forming healthy relationships, repeating harmful behaviors despite wanting to change, emotional numbness or overreactions to minor stress. Acknowledge the trauma. Recognizing that trauma exists is the first step. Ask yourself, what emotional patterns repeat in your family? What wasn't talked about? What pain seems to echo through generations? You don't need all the details to begin healing. Awareness is enough. Educate yourself. Learning how trauma works helps you understand that your reactions aren't flaws, they're survival responses. Books like The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk or It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wolynn are excellent places to begin. Seek professional help. Healing generational trauma often requires support. Therapists trained in trauma-informed care, EMDR, or internal family systems can help you process pain, develop healthy emotional regulation, and build new patterns. Group therapy or family counseling may also be helpful if others are open to healing together. Set boundaries. Sometimes, healing means limiting contact with family members who continue to repeat harmful behaviors. Boundaries are not about punishment. They're about protecting your emotional health while you heal. Create new patterns. Be intentional about doing things differently. That might mean encouraging open emotional communication, being emotionally present with your children, validating feelings instead of dismissing them, modeling respect, empathy, and calm under stress. You don't have to be perfect. Being present and aware is what makes a difference. Practice self-compassion. Healing is hard. It's not linear. There will be setbacks and grief for what you went through and for the family you didn't have. Be gentle with yourself. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Reconnect with your roots. If your family trauma involves displacement, racism, or cultural loss, reconnecting with ancestral traditions, language, or spiritual practices can be a powerful source of healing and identity. Speak your truth. Trauma thrives in silence. Sharing your story, whether with a therapist, partner, or trusted friend, can release shame and foster connection. Telling your truth is an act of liberation for you and those who come after you. A new legacy. Breaking generational trauma doesn't mean erasing your past. It means transforming it. You are not erasing your ancestors. You are healing the pain they couldn't name. You become the one who says, it stops here.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.
You give your children something priceless. The chance to grow up in a family where love is safe, feelings are welcomed, and trauma no longer rules in silence.